Hopefully that doesn't give her like explosive diarrhea.
God damn it, John.
That makes sense why they need to be real keen on the wind direction in case they smell them or not. Rose, our poor dog. You know, we didn't do an intro neither.
Do your intro.
My intro. Well, if you're sticking around now, welcome back to the show. It's been a hiatus, but we're finally here.
Work, life, sick dogs,
Poor things.
kids,
Diarrhea.
holidays. But we're still around. We're still alive and kicking.
You know, we have lives. This isn't our full-time job.
Might be hard to hear, but we actually don't make any money from this. Nobody pays us.
Zero.
We actually lose money on this.
Even bought a new phone for which by the way, T-Mobile, ain't gonna lie, that was a great deal though they gave on that. You know, T-Mobile, if you want to sponsor the video, I mean, I'm just saying.
Hell yeah.
iPhone 16 Pro is what's filming this right now. I mean, comment if you can tell the difference in the video quality. I don't know if, I mean, they're both 4K, but I didn't even check the settings to see if this is 30 frames or not. I know it's on 4K at the moment.
Did you guys do any fireworks stuff or no?
No, we didn't this year.
If we didn't have kids, I mean, I personally don't care about fireworks, but taking them, we went over there to Finley and watched it.
I like the big. Now, I won't go to watch any, but I will blow some up.
Well, did you?
I'll volunteer to blow some up if y'all.
Do your dogs get stressed about it?
He will. She does not.
She doesn't care.
I don't even think she acknowledges it.
Our dog.
Yeah, like this week it's about to start storming. That's part of his anxiety right now.
Our dog didn't care about any of that stuff until the last couple of years, and now storms and fireworks and everything. We put him in the kennel. We put like a big box fan next to him, and that kind of like white noises it out for him. And I think it kind of keeps him cool. So he's like, "This is nice."
We tried the Thunder shirts with him, just an old T-shirt of ours.
Just like a big hug for a dog.
Pretty much.
I've never heard of that.
And it's never really, it never helped him. Now we got some medicine from the vet.
Some puppy Xanax.
I can tell you, it says take 2. I won't give that dog half of one. That thing will knock him out.
Did you ever try any to see what happens?
Well, no, I didn't try it myself. I'm not in college anymore.
Like, let me test this out. It says up to 60 pounds or whatever. Just pop a couple of them.
And that's the thing. He is 58 pounds.
So he looks about 60ish. I was guessing.
How much do you think she weighs?
I'm guessing it's close to 60 pounds since you're making. I was gonna say lighter, but yeah.
How much lighter do you think she is? See how close you get.
I don't know. It's hard to get. Those dogs are like fluffy, so it's hard to judge.
Yeah, he's very.
And she looks small, but more like a rock.
Yep.
I don't know, 45,
50.
50.
She is 8 pounds
She's
less
stocky.
than her brother.
She's stocky.
I say it's the border collie in her myself. I had a border collie mutt growing up that she was just as wide as she is.
Man, we went to Real Fun on Saturday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And dang dog peed on my stuff on the shore. And the guy came over there, and the
Your
guy,
dog or a
no,
different
just
dog?
a random dog.
Oh.
And I went to get my stuff, and the guy told me, he's like, "Hey," he's like, "My dog marked your stuff." I'm like, "Well, thanks for telling me," or whatever. And but it was some kind of mix of like Basset Hound or Beagle or something.
Poor thing.
Some kind of thing. I was like, whatever. So I didn't wear any of my stuff home that I came in. I got marked, buddy.
That does bring a question. Does it bother you when a dog marks your tires on your vehicle?
No, I don't care at all. Zero.
It used to bother me a little bit.
Really?
If it was a random dog, it'd be like, get out of here. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But now it's like somebody else's dog walked up with the leash and they went to mark the tire, which I have seen in person. It's like, why you even let them over there? Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, like, yeah, I mean, if it's off leash and it goes to do it, I mean, I'm not going to be mad at the dog, but it's like, I'd rather you not.
Want me to hit you with a point, sir?
Boy, it looks like you got quite a few points.
I got all kinds of random points, though. They're all little ones. If Juan came to you,
all right,
and he said, "Hey, we need you to fill in this fight on the card."
Oh goodness. You know, I've thought.
They're not. It's not anybody good.
You know, I've thought about this quite a bit.
He said, "Hey, we'll pay you. What would be your bottom dollar that you
My
would?
bottom dollar.
Yeah, that you would think about it."
At a black cat.
Yep, somebody that is bad.
I don't even.
They came to you and they're like, "Hey, he's bad. He's 0 and 7."
You know, see, I wouldn't like
10.
the being told that neither. Like,
okay, they're 0 and 0, but we think we can win.
I've seen the video. I've seen videos. I've seen the movies where it's like, no, he ain't no good. And they fucking gets their ass handed to him. Like
That happens sometimes.
well, I wouldn't want to be one of those.
What if he's like, "We'll give you $100"?
No, man, no,
That's not enough.
no.
200 bucks?
It's far from that.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'd even hate to say a number because I wouldn't even want to be paid. Like we're talking about like the night before. We're talking about like 3 months of training.
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's a hell no.
That's a hell no.
Man, if the UFC,
That's just if it's like 3 months, that's quite the dropout beforehand. Like they could probably
Right.
find somebody, but it's like, hey,
Yeah.
you got 2 weeks.
and that they would be asking me. I don't train that. Like yeah, I guess they got a little desperate. They're asking me. No, you're a purple belt. You can take them down. I could hear him try.
I really felt
I could hear him be like, "You can just take him down, get on top of
Yeah.
him. He trains in his backyard." I could hear that.
you can just fall over and be like, "Come down here."
I'd be like,
You don't have to stand with them.
but you know what? That'd make me say no quicker. Because it's like, well, if he don't know how to even defend himself, like I don't even want to be in there and beat him up.
I really thought I could talk you into it at like $200. I felt like that was reasonable.
You think I'm a cheap whore?
I mean, you don't even have to get. They stop them so fast. You've seen them all.
you know
it could
what?
be like 30 seconds.
You know what you should have countered with?
Huh?
What if I get you a free T-shirt?
A T-shirt with it.
I used to be a whore for a T-shirt.
You're a whore for a T-shirt.
Like giving blood. Like I've given over 2 gallons. I always got a T-shirt every
Damn,
time.
that
It
was
was like if you didn't have T-shirts, I ain't giving.
There's a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments. If you sign up early, you get a free rash guard.
Oh, I know.
So you have a better chance of talking into that.
Yeah. Yeah, you pay my entry fee, maybe. Yeah, I might. But no, the walking into the cage, no. That's like that. I don't know. Actual fighting is just different to me. Like that's I don't even want to be in
I feel like a lot of people put it on a pedestal until
Yeah.
you've done it, or like, I mean, you've seen. I mean, there's good fights, and then there's some really fucking terrible ones.
Yeah.
And then there's even ones, I mean, even at the pro level, not talking UFC, I'm talking about just like regular pro.
Mhm.
I've seen some terrible pro ones where I'm like, how are these guys pro? But I guess I don't even know what the requirements is for that, if you even need to be that good in general.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you talking about like the local pro level?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I've seen, I was like, this guy's pro. I was like, what? I was like, a lot of these amateurs would beat his ass. But it's like, I don't know what he's getting paid either. You know, he could have a really terrible
Well, I mean-
contract. I mean, maybe $200
Now,
is all it takes.
Hey, if I had the choice between amateur getting my ass beat and pro getting my ass
Getting
beat,
paid and a whooping?
hey, I'll take that paycheck. You know, if I was already walking into that cage and getting my ass handed to me
Yeah.
multiple times, it's like, all right, I'll get paid for it then.
There you go. I just was curious.
If I had to do one or the other on that, but no.
I just was curious if there was any
But
amount.
no, Coach John, if you're seeing this, don't even bother asking.
Maybe 300.
Nah, don't even.
What
It
about?
don't even come with the free T-shirt after I said that.
That's a much cheaper deal,
that
really.
Don't apply at the cage.
That's
cage.
like-
That's not.
That's like $10 instead.
I don't think you understand how much I don't like being hit. And here's a question for you, because this is something that's popped up while training jiu-jitsu, and I have done striking before. It's just this might sound weird when I say it, or even when I ask you. Would you rather be punched just straight into the face with like a boxing glove or MMA glove, or would you rather take it just like one elbow to the face?
Dude, elbows hurt.
I honestly could eat an elbow. Like I have in jiu-jitsu with some of them.
You think about
Now maybe an intentional elbow. I have never had one of those.
That's what I was about to say. Is like the ones you've eaten have been accidental and wasn't really a strike. It was just like a spaz. I was like, can you imagine like the Muay Thai ones that just like slit your face open?
Well, let me put it to you this way. Sparring, I can't stand being hit in the face.
No,
with like,
not at all.
just even a sparring like tap. Not even an intentional like hit to the face, like those, like I can't stand them. I mean, I'm talking about like knees or elbows that kind of ring your head in jiu-jitsu. It's like when Seth like chipped my tooth. Honestly, I ate it. Like it didn't really hurt at all. The only one that's ever hurt was shout out Derek on this one. Kneed me right in the cheek. That shit hurt so hard. My right eye started like kind of going out a little bit. Like I still see it, but it was like those gray speckles happened, like that halo bit, and I was like, I need a second. Like, all right, that actually might have done something. Like he won the King of the Hill that round.
You can have the takedown.
It was like a guard pass, and he stepped through, and I like ducked in. It was like that perfect. Him rushing in, like now that I ain't gonna lie, that hurt. That actually hurt, and I was like, I'm gonna let you win this round. I'm gonna step out for a minute. But all the others, I mean, like I said, that got chipped. I've caught multiple elbows. I've had my eyes slit with an elbow, and like I said, that was a comp round. I mean, I remember feeling the hip, but just kept going.
Sometimes it's like, sometimes the fist, I guess, is annoying paying versus like a quick elbow or knee. It's just over with.
I don't know if it's something with my eyes or not, but like I said, that cushion like pop, it just, I don't know, it makes my eyes squint. And then like those elbows, like they hit, and it's like, no, well, yeah, that hurt. But
if you're striking though, and you're like anticipating it, I can see how that could be annoying versus a surprise knee or surprise elbow. I wonder if it wasn't like if you're just wrestling and you get hit, you're like, oh, it's okay. Like they're like, oh, sorry, it's not that big of a deal with the club. But if you're sparring and you know you're going to get hit, and then you get hit, and you're like, all right, I don't like this. Yeah, it's kind of a different feeling than, yeah, it's hard to judge it, I guess. A purposeful hit versus an accidental knee or elbow. I get hit in the face a lot. Just like if you do, I mean, going against with big guys or linky guys, it's like they're always re-guarding and like hitting me in the face, especially if you're doing a lot of body locks or like, stacks and passes. It's like I just happen to get hit in the face a ton. I don't know what something about my face gets hit a lot. I don't know.
And sometimes I feel like,
Jacob hits me every day, and he's always like, "Oh, you all right? Sorry," and he's super polite about it. And I'm like, "I'm good. Just keep going."
Fucking love Jacob.
And Seth and I are always hitting each other in the jaws somehow. And, like I hear his bottom jaw hit his mouth.
I see where he's learning it from.
We're always like, "Oh, you good?" It's like, "Yep, keep going." I don't know how. Something about it. But you know what? Freaking Seth is always chewing gum, and so his mouth is like open. And so, like we're wrestling, whatever, I always hit him in the mouth with my head, and I feel like his jaw closed. I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to start wearing a mouth guard or something. It's like Frankie's nuts. It's Seth's jaw's the same way, and I always hear him clunking together, and I'm like, man, you gotta keep your mouth shut. Something, you're gonna end up chipping a tooth like John.
It's all fun games till it happens. Like I said, that's the only time I've ever chipped a tooth in my life too.
So super unlikely chance of MMA. I gotta. And what about this? What's the chances of getting you to be drunk and do a jiu-jitsu tournament then? Would you drink? Well, St. Jude's kind of like a fun one.
So let's put it this way. Drunk John would 100% be into it.
Oh, that sounds terrible to me.
But sober me knows I would puke.
That's how I feel in my head.
Like if you didn't tell me beforehand, like you telling me now, it's like, all right, we're gonna go here, do it. It's like, I'm not gonna drink.
Oh, like premeditated?
It's premeditated? No. Like if we were partying, it's like, hey, we're going to the backyard. The rest of this is like, hey, you talked me into it. Like, all right, let's go.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. I watched that Jiu-Jitsu Weasel guy. He did a tournament and was drinking vodka or whatever. And the whole time I was watching it, I was like, I would probably puke. Like watching the gut wrenches and the squeezing of the gut, I was like, that all looks way worse than anything. I'd rather get hit in the face than have like a belly full of something getting squeezed on.
And then that's you. Think of your opponent's feeling the same way. Like there's a chance of getting puked on too while doing this. So like premeditated sober.
Hey, if you puke on somebody in wrestling, you get disqualified.
Hey,
I don't know if it works the same in jiu-jitsu. I think someone said they puked on somebody's back. I forget who it was.
That was Nicky Ryan.
Nicky Ryan puked on somebody,
and he didn't tell him neither.
Somebody was talking about it.
Yeah, he was. That was in the Blue Basement in New York at Henso.
He puked on somebody's back. And
he was like, I think he said it was like an older brown belt. He was a white belt, and he's like, I was not telling that dude. Yeah, I remember that. Remember him telling that story on there. But
Yeah,
drunk jiu-jitsu. That's
yeah, I didn't know if there was any chances of something like that. Because even I forget those guys' name now, but the pit people, their thing looks like a big party, and I think that they're drinking and jumping in that pit and doing all the things.
I bet theirs isn't intentional, but I bet it happens. Man, it's just like, yeah, get in there.
Hey,
I wonder how many randoms have showed up just like, hey, you want in here? Like, and they just go in there and try.
Caleb, was it Hayden? And some of those guys at St. Jude were getting freaking hammered and rolling. I was like, you guys are wild. But then again, they're in their 20s. I'm in my 30s, so it's a whole different thing.
It is.
And even,
there was, I think Hutch might have too.
Oh, they were all taking shots and drinking, and Hutch hurt his knee, and he's like, oh, I'm good, just walked it off. And I'm like, you crazy bastard.
Had Burley just come down on him, just another 300-pound man. Just, oh, it happens.
Golly, dude. I watched that wrestling movie. I watched our book club movie.
Damn.
Did you watch it?
Should have told me. I would have watched it last night.
I
watched the good and the bad and the ugly last night.
I will tell. That's a good movie. I did enjoy this wrestling movie a lot more than Vision Quest. I will say that.
I'll have to tell my grandmother you liked it.
I liked it more than Vision Quest.
I'll have to watch that tonight.
But no wrestling movies get the right kind of attention.
I can't believe you don't like. I liked Vision Quest myself. Like I actually thought that was like a good classic sports movie
so
of
bad.
the 80s.
Well, I won't do a spoiler then, but I will tell you that the whole movie's wrestling, and then in the end, judo happens, and I was like, "What the hell? What the hell?"
Like he goes to a judo tournament, or judo works in the tournament.
Judo wins it all.
Huh.
Unlikely move out of left field that I was like, that ruined it for me. That the unrealistic. I mean, I won't say it's unrealistic, but you have all this wrestling, all these like highlight moves they're doing.
I feel like there was a video you shared,
and then all of a sudden
Instagram
they do a judo
like that, and where they did like a head and arm like hip toss or something.
It drove me crazy. That ruined it for me.
Oof,
took me out of it.
What was that dude's actor's name? Cole Hauser. Cool.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's the same dude from Yellowstone.
That's what the whole time I was watching, I was like, Rip, what are you doing in here, Rip? He's all clean cut.
It took 2 seasons of Yellowstone before I realized he was the bad guy in Too Fast, Too Furious, if you remember him.
I don't remember him being in Too Fast, Too Furious at all.
So,
is he like a cartel guy
I'll
or
take
what?
my cutters back.
I have zero memory.
The one that hires them to go on the race.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Dang. You're going to trip out when you see it.
Zero memories of this.
That wrestling movie looks more like him from Too Fast, Too Furious than Yellowstone does. That was like the most left field I've ever seen him. Like that, and he was in Pitch Black, the first Chronicles of Riddick movie. He was in it.
Okay, yeah, I remember him in that a little bit. Now that you said that,
but that was like late 90s. Maybe.
Did you guys go watch the racing movie?
Bet your ass we did.
Did you F1?
Dude, that was so good. Now, Callie loved it. I was a bit nitpicky just because of I don't want to spoil nothing, but it was like there was a lot of wrecks in it. And I know the's a lot of wrecks in F1.
Is this based on real people or is it just like a
Well, okay, so Brad Pitt's character and his co-teammate, those are fictional characters. But everybody else in there is real people.
I didn't know if it was based on like a true story or if it was just like...
I don't think it is. No, Brad Pitt's character apparently like raced against Cena back in the early 90s or late 80s. Like his character did at first. Like he had like one shot at F1 back then and had like a really bad wreck that hurt him. And that's why he kind of like stepped away from it and went racing elsewhere. So he kind of makes a return to it after decades away from it.
I'll probably watch it eventually, but I'm not a huge racing fan.
I would recommend it, whether you're a racing fan or not.
If it's not based on like a true story or things, then I was like, all right, maybe it'll be like fun.
Have you ever been interested in like I would say either racing or Formula One?
I've watched none of it ever in my life.
I wouldn't say I've ever watched it, but I always loved the idea of Formula One. Which I keep saying F1 now, which I don't know if that's that's the community that started calling itself F1 or from the movie? Because I remember it from the 2000s.
That might be like
Formula
that might be like a branding
Mhm.
or what's it called, copyright thing that they had to like tweak it a little bit.
Well, I do know. Well,
They probably weren't allowed to call it Formula.
well, I got the video game from 2018, and it is F1
Oh, it's in
2018.
that. Okay, never
But
mind.
this movie, like, and I was watching some of the behind the scenes stuff earlier this week. No, they're at the real races. Like they filmed scenes before real races
That's
took
cool.
place.
I like that.
Like they were lined up right next to the racers during the season. They took them like little less than 2 years to film the movie just because they were hitting all the right
That's
spots next to the racers. And they even, this is another cool part. So, there's 10 teams, there's 20 racers. 10 teams, so that's 10 garages for the one garage for each team. They even had their own garage for the film next to theirs, so they could actually film their own stuff, their own car. And now the car they used, I learned, was like Formula 4, Formula 3. So they weren't.
Know what you're talking about. No. Older generations, I guess.
No,
like iPhones.
Think more like a baseball with the amateur leagues. You got the major league, minor league, AAA, 2A, 1A. Like that's like Formula 1, 2, 3, 4. Like as the number gets bigger, you're kind of lower down. Like
I got you.
They don't go as fast. The cars aren't built as well. They don't put as much money into it. And, like Formula 1, that's you're in the major leagues. Okay. MLB, like you're in the show now. But there's only 20 seats, and you literally are racing to keep your seat. Because Formula 2 and 3, they're trying to get up to F1 level. They want to be the best in the world. But I would say I learned some of this too while watching Rush. That's a movie recommendation I'd give you if you want to watch some old.
That's not the one with Tom Cruise, right?
No. Tom, you think of Days of Thunder?
Yeah,
I love Days
with the
of
police,
Thunder.
The police stripper. They pull him over, and he's like, "Oh no, the cops!" And it's like they paid the cop. It was like a stripper cop.
I do not.
That's like the only memorable scene.
I do not remember.
It's
I don't
famous.
know what movie you were watching, but I was watching it for the racing. I might have. Well, it was TV too, so it might have cut that. It might have cut that.
That's like a famous scene. Yep. Tom Cruise and the police officer lady.
I might.
He might have been young. He might not have cared about that part.
I wasn't. I was actually in the hospital when I broke my back when I watched that movie.
I watched it again within the last couple of years, so maybe that's fresher in my memory. I don't know.
I do need to rewatch that one. I remember loving it then. That was when I broke my back, and I was in there for like 4 days.
I've begun to. So what? Indy cars are different than the Formula cars, right?
What do you mean?
Like the Indy 500?
Those are technically different, yes. So I was actually watching a video last night about that.
Well, I'm glad it came
because I thought I didn't know Indy 500 was different either until last night. One of the video or this morning. Between last night and this morning, I was watching more videos. But so Indy 500 is more like NASCAR, where it's an open wheel racing, but everybody has to use the same pretty much stock kind of silhouette of a car. Okay. Where the difference is the driver, when they're racing, determines who wins it. Formula 1, they have to follow a certain set of rules on how the car is shaped.
They got a few different brands though, right?
Yeah, but they can tweak all the aerodynamics stuff on it. They can tweak some of the mechanical stuff. I always kind of knew this, and I told Callie when I left the movie, I was like, that really made me appreciate Formula 1 more. Because back then I kind of liked it, but then I was like, this is for the nerds.
Yeah.
I was a full jock. I was a full jock then. I was like, this is some nerd ass shit. I don't know nothing to do with it.
That's kind of how NASCAR used to be. And then I don't know if it was after Dale died or what happened, but then it became like copy and paste that they just put stickers on all the same thing, the shell, and they became a lot more stock.
Well, it was more of the 90s. They
used to be able to tweak all kinds of stuff, and then it all became kind of the same-ish car over time.
Well, of course, the muscle car era, they actually had to drive the car that they sold at the dealership. That's why some of the muscle cars are souped up as much as they are, because you really couldn't change from the dealership car from what you drove out on the track. But there was also rules of, a certain number of cars you had to make for the year to be able to drive that on the tractor. You couldn't just make 5 of them and be like, well, yeah, that's our showroom car. Yeah, we got on the track. Like, no, because you know the adage, race on Sunday, sell on Monday. And that's where, because they literally were just driving the cars that they were, the models they had at the dealership.
That's interesting.
Well, that's why they always put money and souped them up. But now when it got more towards the 80s is when it kind of got more towards stock car. Like, they all started looking the same. And by the 90s it was like pretty much like a copy and paste.
Yeah, I just know
like
less customization would happen over time.
They kind of, now when Dell,
I thought it was safety concerns. I don't know what it was.
Now when Dell died, before that, they pretty much was just in a bucket seat and just driving. After he died, they implemented the neck brace, and I do remember that was the main thing. After his death, they put like a neck brace on all the drivers that had to connect the back of their head to their seat. So if they ever do happen, you know, that they're not just bobbleheaded in there. Because I think that's what they said happened to them. I do remember that actually happened on my birthday that year. I had my birthday party. Like, we were watching it at home it happened. Like, I still remember that, like, next door at my parents' house. Like, we were Jeff Gordon fans, but I mean,
I like Jeff Gordon.
Loved him. Loved that clown car. Yeah. But no, Formula One, that F1 movie, fucking go watch it.
I'm gonna check it out.
I was a bit of the movie nerd in me. It was like the second half of the movie was kind of like, I don't know. There were some choices that I was like, it should have been done like this. You should have, like, if you've watched Miracle or Remember the Titans or Glory Road, like those type of sports movies.
Yeah. I like those movies a lot.
It was like lacking in the sports movie end of that. As an overall movie, it was great. Actually seeing that Formula One stuff, like it was shot in IMAX. Oh, it's pretty. Like all those tracks and those cars, it's fucking beautiful. Like it looks great. They had to have a big
budget with those actors and stuff in there too. You think they let them do a lot of it? They probably had stunt people. I'm sure they didn't do a lot of that themselves.
Yeah, I don't think they did. Maybe
that's expensive cars and hard to control. And
well, now actually, what I was about to say with now that garage that Brad Pitt and them had. Mm-hmm. They didn't have F1 cars. They had F3 and 4 cars. I think they had F2 cars is what they said. So they had the cheaper ones, and they had them out on the track. So they actually would drive them out on the track so you get some footage of them like that. But no, they didn't. They didn't get the F1 cars. Yeah, those are a little more expensive. But they did modify them to look like them. I forget what the main difference is, but horsepower is a major difference in between the two. Next point.
I just was talking about that movie theater. I liked it in general. That you turned me on to.
Empire 8?
Yeah, Empire 8.
Jackson, Empire 8. I mean, it's...
Do you guys just go there and then pick your seat? Or do you do it online first before you go?
We used to go there and pick our seat when we got there.
Yeah.
But we like to watch a lot of movies as they come out. Yeah. So we don't like to wait. So we do order them now ahead of time. Just because we've gotten there before and it's like, oh. Like... Yeah. There's only like 2 or 3 seats left, and it's like, well, we'll go watch something else then, because we don't really. I'm a little picky.
See,
I do like to be center in the movie room. If I'm off to the side, it's like I'm not gonna like it.
So the first time we went and saw Lilo and Stitch, and we did it ahead of time, and I don't think a lot of people went, so it wasn't a big deal, like online or whatever, pick the seats. And then this time we went and saw 28 Years Later, and we just got there. And when I got there, I tried to be center, but also it's like some of the rows. I don't want to be super close to people. I was trying to like space it out too. So it's like, all right, we'll just go here.
You know I'm going to ask you about that, right?
What?
28 Years later.
What about it?
You know what I'm going to ask you.
What are you going to ask me?
You know what I'm going to ask you.
No, I don't.
You wish you were in the front row during that last scene.
All the zombie dicks.
That thing slinging around. I wonder if that had been a different experience in that front row looking up.
They interviewed that actor, and everyone wanted to know if that was really his dong or not. And he's like, no, it was prosthetics. But there was like a whole interview thing about how I guess you can't have naked people if you have children in the movie, which I didn't know any of this anyway.
I didn't know that either.
And so that had to be prosthetics. And I'm like, I wonder, like, when they filmed the movie, because the guy's like artistic director or whatever, I was like, I'm surely they didn't know that everybody was going to take this one detail, the huge zombie wiener, and run with that. Like when they were like doing the whole art of it all.
So was it a true knee knocker, or was it just like,
Yeah,
oh, well, that's impressive?
It was an impressive zombie wiener, yeah. And the zombie alphas are like these steroid zombies, so like he's jacked and had a big zombie wiener.
So was it just him, or was like multiple ones?
There's a few different alpha zombies.
So you saw multiple dicks.
One for sure. It's kind of like dark. It's kind of like
I wanted to know.
I'm sure you would have. Yeah,
you're trying to talk me into seeing the movie, and this would make me be like, eh.
Think you're running around in the woods and the forest, and it's not always the best lighting.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of dark and scary at times, and they're hiding in the
if
middle
you know
of the
what
night.
you're looking for, hey, that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can see some zombie wiener if you're looking for it. But there's definitely some scenes and some angles where you can't not see the zombie wiener, and he's like running and stuff. For some reason, zombies have to be naked. I don't know what the deal is with that.
You know, a lot of movies nowadays, which I don't get to watch as many romantic movies because Callie's just not romantic.
You don't say.
But I've noticed a lot less sex scenes in movies compared to what there used to be.
I think there's highs and lows, and they just went through all the 50 Shades of Grey, and so now everyone's burnt out. So I'm sure I'll make a rebuttal or make a return. You know,
what made me think of that was the idea of, 28 inches later. What does that mean? Was the artistic choice one? So there's kids in the movie, so you can't show a real wiener.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Somebody made the artistic choice to be like, no, he's getting a dong.
That's what I'm laughing about.
We are showing this thing off. Like
they have a budget, and they chose to spend this amount of budget on a prosthetic wiener, and then. I'm sure they didn't think culturally everyone was going to be immature and be like, just focus on the zombie wiener. But they did. They chose to. So now, I don't know what they're going to do with that in the next ones, but they set it up.
Did it make sense? Because, like, all right, they're naked, like Hulkish, like they hulked out of their clothes, or like
there was no point to it. But everyone just focused on the zombie wiener for some reason, and then now you got the memes and the jokes about it, so it's bringing more focus to it. I never saw the Minecraft movie, but I know about the jockey or whatever that one's excited about, the duck jockey or zombie jockey or something. There's some kind of scene that happens with did you ever play Minecraft? So everybody that plays Minecraft is probably screaming because they know what I'm talking about. But I guess the movie kind of flopped overall. It had a huge budget, didn't do well. But then there was this jockey scene that everyone freaked out about and became like a meme. And so then all of a sudden fraternities were going to this movie, and when the scene would happen, everyone's throwing popcorn and like freaking out, and movie theaters were getting pissed and kicking people out. So it became like this ordeal. And I guess the scene alone kind of saved the movie and brought more attention back to it, so people are going to watch. Something about a jockey. But same concept as this zombie wiener. It's like this one detail that everyone hyper-focused on and like made it like a cultural thing. I don't know anything about Minecraft, but I know about this jockey.
Zombie jock.
And like
I see the correlation.
Some kind of thing happened. I don't know the Minecraft culture, but something about this jockey everyone's excited about.
Rose.
But yeah, I like the movie theater. We'll definitely go back. But we pre-ordered the chairs before, and then second time we just winged it. And I definitely prefer the pre-ordering. I didn't like the pre-ordering thing the first time. Not a lot of people went, so I didn't think it was a big deal. And I was like, oh, I don't even know if they reinforced this. Yeah. And then the second time we went, it was like full. And I was like, oh, you have to go to your assigned seats for sure. Like it's enforced.
Well, you can also think of it as like, well, yeah, if there's not a lot of people in there, it's like, I'm going over here.
Yeah.
Now, there has been times where I've been in there and I've seen the altercation where it's like,
you're in my seat.
Well, I guess I used the wrong word, altercation. I was going to use it in a funny way. Like, be like, they kind of looked at each other like, they kind of went just to sat somewhere else. So they were like, but the real altercation happened because they went to sit somewhere else. And then the other couple came up, and that dude was like, you're in my seat. And they go, well, they're in my seat. I don't care. Go kick them out. I got to listen to that, and I was like, geez, like, just sit in your fucking seat.
What movie was it? Do you remember?
God, that had been like 2 years ago.
I'm trying to picture in my head, like, the people that are in there, if it was something nerdy and introvert people, or something,
No, we don't. I guess you could say we don't really watch a whole lot of nerdy. Well,
I could picture like some comic book people not being confrontational.
Well, a lot of the Marvel movies, I have to say, like, I do notice crowds.
Yeah.
Like the Formula One, there's definitely, I notice when there's more older people in there versus like the younger generations. Like, I have noticed that in a few different movies, like Formula One. I did notice more older people and like more family oriented.
There was a lot of
type,
people
but
in the zombie movie that came by themselves, and I was like, I never thought about that before. A lot of solos in that movie.
you know, I have a buddy at work that goes to movies by himself, and I'm just like, you weirdo. Like,
It
what are
seems
you
weird,
doing?
but maybe it's nice to eat some popcorn and hang out by yourself.
You know, probably,
Nobody's talking to you.
makes you feel like a mob boss or something.
Yeah,
Like somebody's going to come up and walk to you. Like,
and then you got those recliner chairs. They're comfortable. It's nice.
did you get in the ETX one or just
No.
a regular one?
No, because you said it was pretty good. I took a word for it, and then after the first one, I was like, seemed good enough to me. I didn't know what the difference between all the versions were.
Well, because this Formula One, we were in the ETX room.
Was it cool?
I guess that's why I was about to ask you if you noticed the difference.
I only did the regular. Well, what's
I guess
the?
I didn't.
Is that the basic version, or is that the
No,
dollar more?
that's the $1 or $2 more.
It was, yeah. I was like, it doesn't
I guess
matter.
I noticed that, like, our seats, when we went to pick seats, like, it paired us up. Like, we couldn't just pick two random seats, like in the regular one. And then when we sat down, I noticed, I was like, oh, like, the table is folded in, like, kind of feels like a love chair.
That's what
like
it kind of
a
looked
love
like
seat.
in the when you get to do the chair picker thing.
Because the regular one, like, they're all, like, individuals. They all turn
People
the
that
same
never
way.
been here are like, what
to
the hell are you guys talking about? These are the finer details.
red leather chairs. I mean, it's
It's
overall
comfortable.
a
I
nice
liked it.
experience.
It's way better than what we had in Dyersburg.
I do know that chair I sat in at Formula One, I don't know if all of them are like this, but I literally went to go scoot forward, and that whole thing kind of like went forward with me, and I had to readjust the damn seat back. Like, it like almost came apart on me, kind of like if the seat came off.
Did it make
And I was
you
like, okay.
Did it make
I
you
know
want to
it
come
did.
home and play like some racing games? Where you fired up?
I did play my Formula One game.
Did you
this weekend?
Every
Well, okay. Yeah, I don't want to be pegged as one of those people like, oh, I saw it, now I'm really into Formula One now. Like, because I did like it when I was younger, I just never watched it. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Johnson pegged.
Well, I knew you. That's why I paused before I said it. I was like, I don't know a better way to say this. Okay.
Labeled.
We know where Nick's mind is. But it wasn't because of this movie. I can tell you which movie it was. It was Driven. Remember that one? With Sylvester Stallone and Burt Reynolds? And
I don't remember
Sunshine
it.
from Remember the Titans?
I don't remember this
Go home
movie.
and watch that one sometime. That was from 2001, 2002-ish. Like, it's like the same premise. Sunshine is the young racer. Sylvester Stallone is the old one that has to come in and help him how to actually be a better racer.
I feel like I might have seen this, but
Burt Reynolds is like the crew chief for him and
it sounds
whatnot.
familiar.
Because Sylvester Stallone has the little like quarter trick, and he hums while he races, and he hits the back right tire to hit each quarter on some of the corners.
Okay.
That was like the scene that I remember the most. I was like, that's pretty fucking badass. Now, after that, they got me into Formula One. But then we didn't really watch stuff like that at the house. So, but then 2018, that video game that I'm talking about, that Formula One, I got it. That it was like the first year they were coming out with some of those. But it was also the first year they came out with that halo on them. So as I'm playing the game from like point of view, it's got that fucking split down the center. And I'm like, I fucking hate this. And I turned the game off, and I didn't play it since.
You can't change the views? You can't do anything about
You
it?
can, but I mean, I like a little realism. Like, I want to be in the cockpit of that damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I love racing stuff.
Man,
I always have.
every winter, there's me and a couple buddies that like I play games with, and we all talk about building like a sim, and none of us ever do. But I was wondering if it made you think about that, like having like the chair and like the steering wheel and everything, playing the racing games. Surely that'd be a lot more fun.
I don't need to. I'd be addicted. I don't
They pop
need
up
to.
all the time on Facebook Marketplace around here.
And honestly, as much as some of them cost, like the one that I would want, I want like the interactive one, like, where you're actually banking and stuff.
It's
Like,
moving.
I might as well go buy like
Yeah.
a marketplace, another Miata or something, and go have
that's
fun
true.
in it.
That's true.
And honestly, that's
For how
what
much
I
you're
would
gonna
rather do. But I kind of like the idea of the sim for like in the F1 movie. They had sims for practice, but it was like a full 360 screen in like a mock F1 car that they simmed in, where they could actually race these tracks under certain conditions. They actually could put the rain on there if they wanted.
That's cool.
And then simulate it. I think that's the thunder. Come here, bud.
It's super sunny. I'm surprised. Man, your neighbor's going ham with that blowtorch thing. I was watching him a minute ago.
Come on, my dad.
Oh, whoever's over in the pit.
Yeah, my dad was over there doing that.
Man, they're burning all kinds of
Man,
stuff.
he loves that flamethrower.
It's too dang hot for that. For wintertime, I would, but summertime, I'm
yeah,
not
they've
trying
been
to play
cleaning
fire.
up that field here lately. No, he loves that blowtorch.
I always look at stuff like that too during the winter. I'm like,
Rednecks,
I
man.
don't need that. Fire, throw some gasoline on some stuff, go ham.
That's right.
How'd you guys fishing go? I saw the picture with your dad.
So I've been thinking about this.
Did you beat Jordan if it was a tournament?
I have been thinking about starting a guide service, kinda. Because I can tell you, if you go fishing with me, you're going to catch fish, and I'm not. I don't know what it is. Like, I won't barely catch anything. You'll catch one or two. Like, it's Jordan.
He won the tournament, huh?
That dude's like, John Poor, I ain't never caught this many fish before in one fucking day. That dude was catching like 4 or 5 of them. Also, how in depth are you fishing wise? Like your knowledge, you know the difference between a bait caster and a spin cast. This motherfucker had a wacky rig on his bait caster, weightless, mind you, and then he had the weighted Texas rig on his spinning rod. That was fucking blowing my mind. I'm like, this dude is ass backwards on his rigs with his rod and reel combos, and he's fucking catching them. And I think I caught one shell cracker brim, like it looks like a bluegill, except it has the red ear behind it. I caught one on a crankbait, and that's the only thing I caught that Friday. And then yesterday, when me and my dad went, the photo I showed you, the big one he caught. He caught, I think, 2 other ones, and I only caught one. I caught 2 I caught 2 yesterday. I actually finally had a topwater hit. First one I ever caught in my life. Finally caught that one. And then he switched to a spinnerbait. First fucking cast, he catch that 4.5 pounder. And then so I switched to a spinnerbait. And then I caught like a 1 pound Rose.
Come
here.
Have you ever done fly fishing or no?
I'd love to, but I never had a chance.
Well, I was going to ask if you ever tied your own flies or ever made like your own.
I've been watching a lot of videos on how to do that.
Seems like something up your alley there.
Like I do have a lot of hair jigs that I got from other people.
You never try to make your own or anything?
I thought it was only for like trout fishing. I didn't know you could do that for crappie fishing. Or honestly for bass fishing if you really wanted to.
I had an old guy this is back in Indiana. I don't know if he died or what happened, but they were selling off like all his stuff. I guess he was a bass tournament fisher. But I bought like a whole box of these jigs. And I still use them all the time. They all do well, but I'm running out of them slowly over the years.
You trying to talk me into making jigs?
No, I mean, it looks like it wouldn't be hard to make. I mean, I've seen like the weighted ones naked, and I know you can get like hairs and do it all. And they have different colors for different areas, and you're supposed to imitate the looks of bugs and this and that. And I've had great success with all this guy's stuff that I've been using.
Those trout ones, man, they are nerdy. Like the way they've done some of those techniques, I got really into that over the last month.
I think you have to tie some of the ties if you want to get a fishing license in certain states. I think there's like some kind of test you have to pass.
I didn't know that.
I could be completely lying to you, but I feel like my father-in-law had to do like a course or like an 8-hour thing or something, and part of it's like you have to demonstrate tying a jig or something in there. And I don't know if it was Wyoming or someplace out west. I'll have to ask him about it. Or maybe I'm mixing up stories, but I swear some of the fishing licenses is like different depending on where you go and the stuff you have to do.
That sounds pretty cool.
Or maybe it's just how they treat out-of-state people. I don't know. You have to do more work. I'm not
just
sure.
Making shit up.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa!
But make sure you're not a poser. Yeah,
We're
come in there.
Guy.
Have you built a lot of rods? Or you always get pre-built ones?
Never built a rod.
Really?
Have you built any rods?
I have, and I was going to ask you about it. So I matched the stick part. It said like 12 to 18, pound. Like you have to have ratings on them. Like the reels have ratings and the sticks have ratings, and you can mix and match or go corresponding.
So when you say build, describe to me what you mean.
I picked out the stick.
Okay.
I picked out the reel.
Okay.
I picked out the line.
All right.
And I did everything and put it together.
You want me to add a layer to that?
Yeah.
I
didn't have to pick out the ice.
When you said like build a rod, that's what I was about to get to. Like you actually picked out a blank. You actually picked out the handles.
No.
Because now I did have a magazine once that came in during the bass fishing days. Because some of the dudes on the teams did have custom built rods that they would, and some of them built their own. Like That's some expensive shit too, though. So that's why I was about to be
Do you go by the ratings?
Kinda. It's more of a suggestion.
Because I have like a nice Abu Garcia or whatever you say it.
Abu Garcia.
And so I think it's like 12 to 18 or what. Anyway, I have all the stuff to the ratings how I'm supposed to, and it breaks line pretty dang easy. And then I have a pretty basic, what's the other brand? Spear, what's it called? Give me some names here.
Shakespeare.
Yep, I have a pretty basic one that I have a heavy line on there that is definitely outside of the rating. And it's caught some freaking monsters. I'm like, well, the reel hasn't broke yet, and it's not wearing anything into the eyelids or eyelets, whatever you call them.
Now, when you bought these reels, like you're talking about just buying a combo or actually mix and matching the rods.
I've bought like pre-built combos
mm-hmm.
and did stuff way outside of the ratings and have caught monsters, and then I've put together reels and rods myself and picked out the lines and did all the stuff and not had very good success. And I just was curious about the ratings, if they mean anything at all, or if you put heavy ass line on shit above that. I haven't had a rod snap in half, so I'm like, I guess you can just keep going.
It doesn't really affect that any. Now the line ratings, that's more for like your eyes when they're going through there, how smooth they run through. If they get wearing. Yeah, that too, kind of.
I've never messed with like the braided line. I've always had this regular.
I think that's more of the quality of the eyes,
and maybe this matters more when you get to like ocean fishing and like huge fish. I don't know.
Now, saltwater and freshwater gear are different because of the salt. Because you got to have saltwater gear, or your stuff's going to deteriorate. Just that salt's just going to eat it alive. For the freshwater gear, I do know that. Because I've never went saltwater fishing, but I do know like those custom built things like that was a very clear distinction between the two. And then,
have you ever bought some like expensive ass reels? You could go in the case. There's like 20, 50, and all of a sudden it just keeps going up. You're like,
I got a case in there with some like different ones that I've taken off my rods. Most of mine are from Walmart, but Abu Garcia was the ones I had the most of because they were available, the silver Max, the black Max. I do have a Pro Max. I bought that second hand for $100. I don't know how much it really was.
Is it smooth?
It might have been like 80. I gotta admit, that bitch is really fucking
Do you, if you're gonna fish as much as you did.
I do have a Quantum left-handed reel. Not to cut you off, but like, talking about like expensive.
Yeah.
Like, that one there was a sale going at Grizzly Jig for like $89 for it, and I think it was like $140 or $150 for them. I bought 2 of those because I broke the first one. Because I will say that it might have been because I was throwing too heavy of a jig.
Yeah.
Spinner bait. Because I did throw it out there, and I don't know if it backlashed or not, but it caught, and then it wrecked the gears. Really? Like I started spinning, and it was like I could hear the grinding, and I was like, I fucked this bait caster up. And I went and bought another one because my God, that thing was smooth. Like you could. Because I keep my brakes tighter than I guess you're supposed to, because you're supposed to thumb it more. The redneck in me is like, I can't thumb that well. So it's like, I'm getting it just tight enough where I ain't got to thumb it, and I'll just stop it before it hits. But I'm terrible with the bait casters. I went to that same Grizzly Jig, because they had a whole fucking box of them that nobody was buying, I guess, because they were left-handed. I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I went back and I bought another one.
Yeah, I have some left-handed ones and some right-handed ones. And
actually, they're at the door. I'd go get. You want to see them?
That's right. Have you ever you have an electric thing for the line to reline them, or do you always do it by hand?
No,
there's not really a great way to do.
They talk about line twist.
I watched them at the place. Do it real fast. I'm like, I could see how that could be real handy if I fished all the time. I couldn't justify it. Then you do it by hand. You're like, this sucks. Like relining stuff.
Yeah. I did stay up pretty late Thursday night getting my stuff together.
Do you just replace it over time too? Like it just gets crappy from sitting out, or is it just when it gets low on line you redo it?
I took one rod Saturday. Actually, kayak fishing, I only took like 3 rods. When we went bass fishing, I took 7 or 8 of them. Now 3 of them, they were old line. And I was like, you know what? It don't look yellow. I'm going to just chance it, and nothing happened, which I didn't catch nothing, I don't think, on one of them. But Now, my dad, he had some very old line on his, but which he caught that 4.5 pounder, which we used the net. We didn't just lift it out the water.
So I guess it didn't matter too much.
Well, I think it matters like this much. You know, a game of inches. Like, if you were in a tournament and you had $30,000 on the line, you probably wouldn't want to fuck with it. Because I do know those tournament fishers, like Kevin Van Dam, Mike Iaconelli, and all of them. I want to say a Kevin Van Dam video. He replaces all of his line every year.
I can see, if you were doing something like that, I would replace it often.
His garage, he's got it all the way across the wall, and they got 1,000-yard spools or more, just as big as this against the wall, just line. And I mean, of course, they carry like 30 or 40 rods in their back.
I've only fished out of a kayak a couple of times.
Never fished out of a boat?
No, I haven't a boat, but I'm saying like kayak specifically. I think it's hard. It's kind of like...
you say you have not fished that.
I've only done it a couple of times, and it just was a pain. I mean, we've done like floating and other stuff with the kayak, but fishing out of it specifically, it's kind of hard getting to
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was like, I'd much rather have a John boat, I think.
I was just
but these stiff-ass shoulders, it's like I can't reach the shit behind me.
I was just trying to not let Jordan think I was too much of a pussy. Like, I was like, man, I'm getting fucking tired out here. Just like, because it is a pain in the ass. Because I couldn't really throw it where I wanted to. All my lures, like, beating the banks. And then that's, like, yesterday I texted my dad Saturday night. I was like, you want to fucking go to Humboldt Lake? Like, I got irritated. Kayak fishing. I was like, I didn't catch a single fucking bass.
You took one with us when we went to Forkerdere. I remember you were fishing some. But
I did not.
I thought you fished some with me.
I talked about it. That I was going to. But I didn't.
I have a memory of you casting, I feel like.
I did not. Now, I did try to catch a gar with my bare hand because they were in that creek.
Yeah.
Which, they spotted me. As soon as I got within, like, almost reach, that gone. Yeah, I thought they were stuck. I thought they were stuck in that stream.
It was shallow.
I would have grabbed that motherfucker. Rose.
Yeah.
Come on, girl. What you whining? Huh? You just wanting attention? We just want.
So Jordan won your guys' unofficial fishing tournament. I was curious to hear how you guys did.
He beat me by a landslide, for sure. Rose.
Man, I was listening to. I just got random stuff for you now. I was listening to Corey Sandhagen on Joe Rogan. There's a lot of UFC fighters that go on there that don't like particularly talk well, or they can't get through their like thought. That drives me crazy.
See, I stopped listening to that episode too,
and
because that'll get to me.
Which one?
The Corey Sandhagen.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I was liking it at first, but like you're saying, like kind of hard to get them through what they're saying, and it's like, I'm also listening while at work.
Yeah.
So if there's too much effort in trying to listen to it, it's like I can't spend that much effort while at work as I'm working on other things.
But he was talking about like 50-50 stuff a bunch in Ryan Hall, and I was like, man, I know about Ryan Hall, but I've never really looked into his, I guess, history of matches and whatnot. And I was wanting to go back and look at some of them. I haven't yet. But did you watch when Corey Sandhagen blew that guy's knee out? Figgy, whatever. I don't know his real name. Everyone just calls him Figgy.
If I did, I don't remember.
So they were in 50-50, and essentially Corey Sandhagen sat up, and the other guy didn't go backwards, and so his leg got like bit in half, and his knee exploded.
I think I did see that clip.
Like his foot, had been in this way, and then Corey was talking about, he's like, yeah, if you don't know about anything about 50-50 and leg locks, he's like, your leg doesn't bend that way, and his knee gave out. It was gross.
I think I did see that video. I don't know if you sent it to me, or if I just saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, it was gross.
But I do remember him saying that. I think I remember him talking about that while listening to it. But
even if you weren't like a jiu-jitsu person, I feel like common sense is like, your leg isn't supposed to bend that way, and eventually it gave.
I will say instinct sometimes gets the best of us.
Some of those guys, maybe their culture, like, I'm not tapping no matter what.
Because, Scary Terry, the pterodactyl Terry, from the Welder Terry.
Oh, Welder Terry? Why do you call him pterodactyl Terry?
Yeah, that's what we called him at first.
Oh, I didn't know this.
But, yeah, before you joined,
man, this dude had a full beard and like long hair and ponytail, and then was gone for a while because he was welding or whatever on the road, and then he came back clean shaven. And I had no idea who he was, and he was talking to me.
He looked like that one character from
he was just talking to me like he knew me forever, and I was like, who the hell is this new guy? And I didn't know for like a week, and then I put it together, and I was like, it's the same guy, just looks completely different, but he just talked to me like nothing happened. I'm like, who the hell is this dude?
I love Terry.
Come and go with different looks. It threw me off.
We were rolling after one no-gi class, and he had the heel hook on me, which I appreciate old pterodactyl Terry so much, because I went to just spin the other way, and he let go, and his eyes got big. And he as I landed on the other side of him, he looked at me. He's like, "Don't ever do that again." He's like, "You went the complete wrong direction. My whole knee would have just been ripped."
Yeah.
I forget how he. I think he had it toe out that way, and I went this way. I remember going to my left like really hard. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get out of this shit," and I went towards my heel instead of towards my toe. And that's when he let go. He's like, "Dude, don't do that again." Like, that was the first time I ever learned, like, oh, there's not only is there a wrong direction, like, but with like dire consequences on that.
Dude, I'll watch those black belts playing with stuff like in their practice room, not even tournament stuff, slipping their heels and doing all this defense, and it freaking grosses me out. I'm like, how does shit not be injured more?
I think they do feel it, and it does hurt them. And I think it only shows as they get older. That's why I don't really mess with it myself. Because I told you before, like my right knee, I know I was training with one person, I kind of had their back, and they kind of grabbed a toe hold, but they were heel hooking me with that toe hold. And I just flexed my knee and put it in their back. And there was never any pain. And then I went to class the next 2 nights in a row, and like I couldn't walk on my knee by the 3rd night. I couldn't walk at all. Even at work, it was like I had to sit down there once I got somewhere, just because of how bad my knee hurt. And that went on for about 1.5 years until I did the fish oils and protein and multivitamin. I did that like every night for like 2 months straight, and didn't do jiu-jitsu, and it finally healed after that. Like, and I didn't feel any pain during that leg lock, and it didn't even look like a real leg lock to me. Which I've demonstrated in the last video,
just
on one of the other videos where
something just got tweaked just right.
So leg stuff is, yeah, that's almost like a pure knowledge, touch and grab type thing to me while training.
What do you think about the White House having a UFC event next 4th of July?
You know, I was going to ask you about that with the fireworks.
It's supposed to be the 250th
because we're going to circle back
year of the U.S.
250th birthday.
Yeah.
1776, 2026. I actually was asked that today if I was going to go, because you were talking about going to watch fireworks.
Yep.
They were talking, a buddy of mine at work, he doesn't have a family. He's like, he was thinking about going off somewhere to like an actual big celebration.
Oh, for the 4th?
Next year, because it is the 250th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Because it actually,
I'd have no idea.
Bicentennial plus 15 thing, whatever.
I have no idea what the vetting process would be to go to the White House for that, but I'm sure it's going to be super limited and like bajillions of Secret Service and this and that. And
a UFC event at the White, that would be really cool. Though.
Part of me is like, that's super cool. And then the other part of me is like, I wonder how the money exchange is going to work for all that. If the UFC profits and like how who's making money and how much. That part, I'm like, I don't know if I like that. But
it's a show for the people. GSP's coming back.
Exhibition match. I think, well, John Jones retired, and then like 2 weeks later, he re-entered USADA. So he's like, I would like to fight at the White House. I'm like, that could be cool.
I was actually going to.
And then Connor's talking about it too, and I'm like, well, you're not American, but that's cool. You could fight there too.
I don't have any notes, but that was the one note I was going to write.
The steel trap. You got it up there.
I was going to write it down. That's why I kept doing this earlier in the video. But I was going to ask you about the John Jones, Tom Aspinall situation. Did you look into any of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that he didn't want to fight him. Is that your question? If he was dodging him or what?
Well, I was kind of going to segue there. But it was more of like asking about the things you've heard because I know he kind of put it off. He said he wanted 6 months to fight him, to train to fight him.
I think he asked a crazy amount of money because he didn't want to do it. And then they said, okay, we'll do it. And he's like, shit. And I was like, I guess I'll retire.
I'm a John Jones fanboy. Like, I like him. But I actually saw one interview like the day the news broke. There was, Dana, he said it there. But after that, somebody talked to him, a different reporter, and asked him the news that happened in Albuquerque, where he lived, John Jones lives.
The crash thing?
Like, do you think that had any influence with him deciding, like, I'm retiring? Because that drunk driving accident, he ran away from the scene, which is not the first time I don't think it's ever happened with him. Like, so I wonder if that had anything to do with him dropping out of this fight. I've never.
I don't know.
I've heard the speculation of him dodging Francis Ngannou because he didn't fight during those years. And then when Francis left, that's when he came back and started fighting some of the other guys. Now, as much of a John Jones fanboy as I am, that was kind of a dick move, holding on to that title and then just never fighting Tom really the whole time.
Yeah.
That was...
Well, now he said he's not the champion. He's the underdog. He's the...
Which I know the age difference does make is a big factor in it. Like, I mean, you want him to be like pushing 40.
He's a contender again, I guess.
You don't want to be pushing 40 and the young gun that is actually really fucking good.
He said he's looking for super fights or ones that excite him, and so I mean, I guess he's allowed to say that too. But if you ask a crazy amount of money and they match it, I think you're supposed to have to fight. So I don't understand how he's just like no.
I mean,
just go to a different weight class, I guess. If he doesn't want to fight him, I don't know, or just retire.
Which he did the latter.
Yeah, so I mean, I think he only had one left in him anyway, probably.
I think the car crash, the getting in trouble again, probably had something to do with him retiring. But at the same time, it's like I bet he didn't want to have to. It did seem like he was annoyed by him. It was like, I don't know. I think he definitely thought, yeah, he was going to be the underdog in that fight. Because, I mean, Tom is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, Jones is only a purple belt, I think. I don't think he's a brown belt. But, he was a collegiate wrestler. And he's, like, the youngest of, like, two or three
I'm not even sure if he was a D1 wrestler.
I don't know.
I want to say he was D2, but I might be lying. I'm not sure about his wrestling history.
But I want to say one of Jones's brothers, I just learned this a couple weeks ago, was in the NFL too. Like
he has both of his brothers are freaking super athletes.
So it runs in the family.
Yeah, they got freak genetics.
If he wasn't D1, I mean, he's. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but I was going to ask you about that too. Like, I was going to be because that was big
I don't
news
know.
A few weeks ago. But.
It seemed all weird, all the timing of it all. But I mean, if you get in trouble or you don't get in trouble, I don't know what that has to do with fighting. Unless he's just worried about not being able to train. He thinks he's going to go to jail or something, I guess. But
which I mean, if you're active in the UFC, I would think that was another thing Corey Sandhagen was saying in there because they talked about the John Jones situation, and Corey was talking about the whole he can't wrap his head around nor stand the people who don't train outside of fight camp.
That drives me crazy too. I get people get burnt out, but I don't know how people do that. They take time off. I mean, I'm the guy.
I'm kind of on the other side of the fence there. Like, I'm all for taking time off.
We know.
I know. But now, I will say there's a difference between time off. Like, I'm not a professional. I'm a hobbyist. Like, I'm not going to be in there 6 days a week tearing myself down the whole time. I am older now, too. But now the UFC professional going in to train like just 6 weeks or 2 or 3 months before a fight and you didn't train any during your off time, that is mind-boggling to me. I mean, when I was in sports in school, high school, like we trained 7 days a week.
I don't get it either.
During the summer, we trained 5 or 6 days a week.
I mean,
I think we trained 7 days.
Let's just say at a professional. Let's say you're a pro MMA fighter here locally. Everyone's got full-time jobs. Hell, that welder guy didn't even quit his job till after he got his signing or his performance bonus in the UFC. Like, people still have jobs. Or
Brandon Royval.
I say lots of people have full-time jobs and they're training full-time. So,
which I think Brandon loves his job.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, let's say you're financially stable. Let's say you're in the top echelon, making enough money where you could just focus on training only, and not have a job.
Is that Ilya Topuria?
Some of those guys.
I heard a meme between him and one other person that actually come from money, and they're top-ranked fighters.
Yeah, so let's say, let's say you make enough money as a pro fighter that you don't have to work. You can just work on or focus on training. To take time off, to me, sounds crazy because there's so many disciplines that they could focus on. Let's say you're just tired of boxing. Like I can go do judo for a while. It's like, oh, I could go do wrestling for a while.
See, that'd be.
And if you
like
get burnt out, you can just focus on a different discipline. There's so much.
So that's kind of how I would do it.
Or they were talking about, they're talking about Gaethje, how he was golfing for a year and won a Ferrari or whatever. And I was like, well, that's pretty sick.
I remember.
I don't know how you could be a top athlete and not be doing something. You hear about these NFL guys that go and, retire and then get into archery and they're just freaking shooting bows all day. They got to do something.
When I was really into golf, I remember that in high school after I quit basketball. I forget. I think it was John Smoltz, the pitcher for the Braves. He was really into golf. And it was somebody else in the major leagues that told him, it was like, you need something to do in the off season. He's like, you're not going to be able to turn it off. You need something to counter baseball. And he really got into golf. There's some NFL players that did that too. It's like, it just takes your mind off the game. And
so them talking about
that makes sense.
Taking large times off of them, it's like, I don't get it.
But I will say that it's fucking insane that Gaethje is that good at golf in the year. If he never played before,
they said he played 260 days straight, just golfed every day.
And that motherfucker got within like almost a fucking scratch golfer, like that type of shit. Like that's insane. That's actually that's got to be a testament to his learning curve and athleticism to be able to do something.
I think we talked about this last podcast. I can't remember, but I do think that if you reach a super high level at something, I think that you can learn other stuff quicker than if people didn't get. Does that make sense?
I agree.
I feel like if you got super, I don't know what to compare
I've actually contemplated this a
lot. But you can start comparing that thing
bud.
To whatever your discipline is and make some kind of, I don't know, and be able to learn that quicker.
That's actually what I've done with jiu-jitsu.
But I mean, like that lady that just won in I can't remember her name, the chick MMA fighter that just won the belt. She was a Olympic whatever judo and then transitioned, and she was able to excel way quicker. But I think because she was already a black belt or high level at judo, that she could relate some of the details or, I don't know, go to that avenue of discipline.
I do know some things translate and some things don't.
Translate, that's a great word for it, yeah. They're able to find stuff that translated well. And
from a person that's played double-digit sports growing up, like, the only thing that I truly know that doesn't translate is golf and baseball, which I thought was funny. But it was a picture that said it, because I always heard it in high school, like on the baseball team. I didn't play baseball, but I was friends with baseball players. Some of the coaches like, you're not allowed to play golf in the off season, like just because it'll mess with your batting swing. Because in golf, you're swinging down this way, whereas batting you want to swing a little more level, or it's down. It will affect you because you got to move your head too. In golf, you don't move your head, so it kind of throws off both of those mechanics. Whereas other sports, it's more of the concepts that translate very well with decision making is where I see the best benefits. Now, in fighting, like you said, like there's so many different avenues of it between judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, or kickboxing, or taekwondo.
So I'm saying you could pick something.
And all of them should really translate with one another with like the whole idea of hitting and where to hit somebody from.
I'm the type of person too that if I compete in something, unless I got like super beat up, it's like I'm pretty much back in the training room training again. Like I don't like maybe a couple days, maybe a week, but it's like I don't spend much time off at all.
It would depend to me, I guess, how much time I put in leading up to it. Like if I was in the gym doing like 2-a-days for 6 months before a big event, I probably would take a week or two off.
But if you stay training, you don't really have to put too much more effort into what you already are. You kind of just maintain everything.
Which, well, I will also...
there's highs and lows, but...
I will also say part of my mentality. I know y'all don't like that I'm out of the gym so much. Y'all miss me that much. But when I played basketball in high school, actually from junior high to high school, we trained 6 or 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I trained like that for 5 or 6 years. Once I quit basketball, it was like, God, I got all this freedom now to do all these other hobbies I've wanted to do. So some of me also doesn't want to be in there every night because it's like, this ain't my entire life. Like I did that with basketball for so long. Like it kind of, I don't know if it really burned me out, but it was like, I put a lot of time towards something that I don't even use anymore. Whereas jiu-jitsu, you can all. I mean, if I get in an altercation outside, I will say it's a 9-day difference of how I could probably handle myself against somebody. But at the same time, at this point, how well I am now would probably just determine how well I am against another trained person. And I feel like trained people don't go out and pick fights.
No, they're the calm ones. They got all their
Exactly.
aggression out. It's the idiots that don't know anything.
And that's what I've told Callie before. It's like,
well, let's you're Nate Diaz. Those guys go out and get into fights every night somehow.
But I would say even Nick Diaz, he's not necessarily picking the fight. He just don't back down from them.
I feel like maybe he doesn't, but the crew is like instigating shit, and they roll deep, and so just nothing good comes from that. You got 30 guys out there, everyone's talking shit.
I like my friends, but I don't let them talk me into jumping off the bridge neither.
No, they just start shit, and he's in it, and he's like, "Oh, here I am."
Well, fuck you, man.
If you got attacked in the street, like at Walmart or something, would you?
Did you watch that Rampage Jackson episode with him on it?
No,
I haven't watched it either, but I saw the clip where he's like, "Brother, I've been sued more than anybody else." He's like, he didn't say in the UFC. He's like, I have been sued more than anybody. Look it up. It's like I have paid more money.
Maybe I saw a clip because I saw somebody talking about how it was cheaper to just pay X amount of money than dealing with his lawyer fees. And he was talking about like settlements and all kinds of different ways to go around it. And I was like, you would know, I guess.
I was really hoping when he was on Bradley Martin's podcast, because you remember Bradley Martin?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I
know he's doing it for like the rage bait, but still.
I agree, and I really wish Nick would have really been like, "Do you want to?"
You're
like we can't right now.
He's like, you're a YouTuber, man.
You're a fucking podcaster, bro. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Dear God, please, Bradley, push it, fucking push it, Bradley."
If you got attacked in Walmart for whatever reason, nobody's around, would you break someone's limb?
It depends, like how they really came at me.
Or do you just try to like choke them out and then leave?
It would depend how they came at me. Well, the choking out part, I'm not good at chokes, so that's probably not going to happen anyways. I'll go ahead and say that. It's going to be more of like I hold them down and be like, "All right, calm down." It kind of like that Matt Serra when he was sitting on that. You're fine. Nothing's happening. It's okay. Calm down. Look, you can breathe.
I imagine if you had somebody in like an armbar situation that they'd be like biting my calf or something.
If somebody was literally like yeah, armbar, no.
They're going to be biting.
If I was out in the Walmart parking lot, it's straight MMA rules.
What other submission choices would you be in? You're not triangling anybody.
I'm doing MMA. I'm elbowing.
Oh, you're a striker?
I'm not doing straight jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
All of a sudden you're throwing elbows?
We're in the street. I'm grabbing hair and bouncing your head off the fucking asphalt.
Okay.
This is why I don't like to be aggressive in the jiu-jitsu. This is always in the back of my mind when I'm training. Like I don't.
In my mind, we had submissions locked in, and I said, "Are you breaking it or are you not breaking it?" And now you're killing people in the streets.
That's why I said like it depends on how aggressive they are. Like if they really pissed me off, and I'm like I'm angry now. If they hit Callie, yeah. Oh yeah. You're grinding the asphalt, and I'm breaking too.
I think Callie might be able to whoop them.
I'd step in.
She might not need your help.
I don't need her murdering them. I'd at least keep it to where they're still alive. But yeah. Now just out of like they kind of shoved me this or that. Like, I'm gonna sit on you. It's like, all right, buddy, let's calm down for a moment. You called me in a good mood. Like, but now if I got like pissed, like probably yeah. It's probably gonna be a Kimura. Just that way I can like honestly, the back of the hair, facing the asphalt, kind of like the police, like putting the handcuffs on, except I'm just pushing that hand right towards the head.
Kimura would be such a terrible submission.
Americana from the back.
Kimura.
Like I got your belly down.
Those are the grossest ones when their shoulders pop, like when people don't tap. Ugh.
The snap sound. You know what?
Makes my shoulder hurt.
You know that comp round where I got cut in my eye? It was me coming out of a Kimura. Like they had me, and I actually got a little pissed during that comp round too, because I've been caught in so many Kimuras at that point. I was like, I swear to God, I am not tapping to this.
Who is this against?
Terry McMillan.
As I say, I thought it was Terry. Then I was like, maybe it was Jaquise.
Because I love
Terry.
I love Terry McMillan. Shout out to you, Terry.
Brother, I was thinking about him today. I was like, I don't know if he quit. I haven't seen him in a long time.
I know he goes in waves too.
Well, I know he does like the reffing for baseball and softball, but
He moved up to the college level.
you told me that. I guess it's baseball season right now, isn't it?
I know major leagues are during the summer, but I don't.
Is it college?
If they are, I don't know if they really are or not. I always found that weird with the school years. If any, cause like soccer at Gibson, when we went to high school, the soccer regionals and state championships were after graduation, and I always thought that was weird.
I thought soccer was in the fall.
Down here was in the spring.
Am I wrong? I thought it was fall.
I know the little kids play in the fall. Or
my high school was a fall because I would play soccer and then it would go into wrestling season.
Because, let's see.
Unless you did AAUs like spring, you did like the travel soccer.
Softball, baseball, and soccer was in the spring semester in high school for us. Cross country was in the fall, but it was like August or September before it actually got cold.
I almost ran cross country and I don't even like running.
Our coach freshman year, basketball coach freshman year, was also the cross country coach.
Did he make you?
Yes. Because it was the dead season, so we couldn't have basketball practice, so he made us join the cross country team.
Did you watch that Disney movie?
Shout out to Coach Marshall.
Did you watch, it's called like McMillan or something like that, about the Mexican cross country team? No, it's pretty good. They had a Disney movie. You were talking about sports movies earlier. They got one where this guy he was a Texas football coach and he got in trouble for like yelling at a kid and they got it on camera or something.
Aww.
And so they fired him. And so he's trying to find a job and they're like, well, this is the second or third place you got in trouble at. And so he ends up going to some school that's, poor or whatever. Long story short, he is
coming a downpour.
Yeah, if you guys can't hear it, it's raining pretty dang hard. That's why I'm looking outside. But anyway, he finds all these guys, these Hispanic kids, and like starts a cross country team, and they ended up like winning and stuff. It's a good story.
Isn't that Owen Wilson show? No, that's a golf one.
No, the golf movie is good, but I don't know anything about Owen Wilson in it.
No, it's an Apple TV series.
Oh no,
that's why I didn't think it.
No, there's a Mexican group that plays
like
cross country, and then there's a Mexican group that plays golf, and they
that's the movie I watched,
and they both were pretty good.
That had Dennis Quaid in it.
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
I didn't recognize the lead actor,
but
I mean, he was a pretty good actor too. For never seeing him before. But no,
I don't know what brought up the basketball and cross country. I guess
cross country. Brought that up.
Trying to remember my connection of how I got there.
Because we were talking about soccer in the spring versus the fall, and I said we had cross country in the fall down here. Football was in the fall, obviously, but then basketball happened. That was that season.
If cross country,
baseball.
I don't even know if the courses are all the same length or how that works. But if it was like a 5K that just was in the woods, that wouldn't be bad. It's like 3 miles, and it's
3.1.
stuff to look at. But if it's 15 miles in the woods, that doesn't sound fun.
That sounds like a bad time.
I don't know how far cross country.
Like a zombie movie trying to run away from the alpha.
You did cross country then, or your coach wanted you guys all to?
We practiced cross country.
Oh, you guys probably didn't run as far as the cross country guys then.
We had to run 3.1 miles.
Is that what it is every time? It's just like a 5K every race?
If I remember right.
I have no idea.
I just remember having to run it because we ran all over the fucking high school campus.
We would run. We would go to all these Purdue places and run. A lot of it was like hills and stuff in the woods.
You know what's funny?
And it was fun. I was like, I enjoyed being in the wilderness.
I actually enjoyed cross country, and I wanted to be on the team, but we never. Which I was also a freshman that year, so it was like, you're not on varsity, kid. Like you're not going to go do it. We have faster racers than you.
Yeah.
So faster runners.
So
it's like,
you're not going to start.
They're going, and then he left, and we got a new coach. So sophomore year, there was no cross country.
Well, in that movie, they go into the strategies of like the cross country because it's individual and team based, like for the points. Mm-hmm. And so you have like you're protecting your best runners until certain points because they get in these blind spots and they're like cutting them and stepping on them with the cleats and the different stuff and like cheating. They get in like little fist fights in the corners.
Dirty little bastards.
And then then they break away and then it's just like the fast guys are all that's like going for the first place points. But then you have the slower guys that are anchoring and you have like you have the guy that's cutting the wind and they're falling behind, they're drifting or whatever. There's all these little strategies. It's interesting. It's like, I didn't know about any of that.
Dirty tactics. I can't.
But I hate running on equipment like a treadmill, and I hate the tracks because you're just going in circles. But cross country is not bad because you're looking at stuff and it's scenic.
I never mind Never minded treadmills and stuff like that.
I hate it. I hate it.
Which I didn't know if you noticed when you walked in. Like, we got a little workout room now set up. Finally got us a rowing machine.
You been in there rowing?
Might have. You don't know.
Might not have. I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe you'll notice that cardio in a few more months. You don't know.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, that's supposed to be top of line. Which we found out Callie's HSA account, where it's like a non-taxable medical fund that you put money into, you can get through work. Apparently, there's a top end to that. So if you put too much in it, it starts getting taxed.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Exactly. But there was a company that she can actually spend that money on that qualifies for the equipment.
Oh, nice.
So it was like, hell, we were quite a bit over that line too. So she spent half of it. She tricked out that room.
Heck yeah.
I told her, I was like, hey, well, hell, it's your money. Fucking buy what you want.
What'd she take out of there? She had like a little gaming stuff in there.
Man, that would have been nice. Oh, you all taken out of there? No,
Yeah.
that desk got moved to the back, and she didn't have it. We got rid of that PS4 a long time ago when we got the PS5.
Man, I've been doing a physical therapy for like 4 or 5 weeks now.
Yeah.
It's so weird. All of it's so weird. What are we at?
Exactly 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Well, we don't have to yap about my shoulder, but
We can yap around it.
well,
No rush.
I'll kick into some of your
Physical therapy.
Yeah, your major
HSP,
stuff.
Health
But,
and human performance.
But yeah, so I got I've been having messed up shoulder for like a year, so I got the x-ray, and they're like just regular old people stuff, bone spurs, arthritis, things like that. And so I got deferred or whatever for the MRI, and they're like, nothing's ripped, tore. You got enough fluids in the sacs, whatever those are in your shoulder. Everything, like, it looks good enough. What's
Sacs in your shoulders.
Yeah, fluid sacs, man. What are they called?
Fluid sacs.
Like you got them in your knees and your shoulders.
Talking about cartilage?
Nope.
Fluid sacs.
I thought this was your major. I thought I was talking to the right person.
Look on me. I wasn't a biology major. I was a health and human performance. If it goes beyond the muscles and the bones, like
it's no, it's not those. It's there's freaking sacs in there full of fluid that lubricates things.
I'm gonna lean back towards cartilage, but it might be something different.
Whatever. Everything was the levels that they were supposed to be, but I think I injured my shoulder, or like sprained it or something at least, and then everything kind of got tight from it. But they said it was like chronic. Essentially, it was chronic tendonitis. But
Come here, bud.
just gradually, man, he's not liking the storm at all.
No, he doesn't.
But anyway, long story short, been doing physical therapy for like 4 or 5 weeks and just stretching things like crazy. And they just go in there and they beat up all these knots and beat me up. But they've been doing the acupuncture with the electricity stimulation or whatever.
Yep.
That is like
electroshock therapy.
Oh man, because I've done it in high school, but they do like sticky pads on you and like do it. I'm like, okay, that it feels like when they're hitting you in the hammer in your knee, like with the reflexes, like you don't have any control over. You're like, oh, it kind of like tickles a little bit. But then with the acupuncture, it's like deep in there, and then they're hitting it. And I don't know, it's been helping. It feels better, but it's like I got different pains every week. It's moving around, which is weird. So they said tendonitis, which is confusing because I could curl all day and not have any issues, but like couldn't shoulder press, couldn't bench. It was like my shoulder just shut off. And then like certain angles, I'd just be like excruciating. It just like wouldn't work at certain angles. I'm like, how's this tendonitis in my bicep? But you know, the area of where pain isn't like the area of the problem, I guess. And so anyway, they've been chasing it around, and so it's getting better, I think.
Interesting.
But long story short, everyone's getting older, and they're like, everyone just needs to stretch more. And it's like you have X amount of time a week or a day for exercise, and it's like you're either doing jiu-jitsu or running or whatever. It's like it's hard to find a window of time to do all your stretching and shit, especially now that we're not 20, but you used to do your calisthenics and stuff with team sports.
Yeah.
And now just got complacent with stretching, I guess.
I've had thoughts about that too, like being growing up as a jock, where since the 4th grade, I was part of a team sport until I left high school.
Yeah.
About
But when's the last time you've seen somebody just like touching their toes, just to touch their toes? Like nobody's ever stretching.
At the factory, when I first started, at the beginning of every shift, we actually had to get in a circle and stretch together.
It's probably good, but I mean, it doesn't happen anymore.
Well, I'm in the office now, so yeah. You ain't got to stretch in the office.
Are they still doing it in the factory, or do they get away from it?
You know, I don't.
I'm sure they quit.
I'm not out there on the floor when they do it. When I got the quality didn't do it.
I'm sure that once COVID happened, they definitely are like space out, and then it probably never came back to it.
I went through the break room, and I think they were doing it at one time. Like the second shift teams were doing it in there.
Well, I'm trying to definitely drink more water and stretch way more in general.
You know, used to, that was like from an old Bruce Lee book that I read. That was just something, if you were ever standing somewhere, like that was the one suggestion in it. Like you're at the airport, you're in line, you're doing this. It's like you can prop your foot on something and just start doing some hamstring stretches or whatever. Man. If you're watching TV or editing, which he was in like in the film room editing film, so he'd be stretching while doing audio stuff and whatnot. And I was like, that is pretty smart.
Well, this last time I was in the PT, I definitely have rib injuries from before. And I've had shoulder injuries and knee injuries. But she was like looking at my legs or whatever, and she's like, man, one's shorter than the other. Like your hip's all out of line. She was yanking on my leg like to make my hip pop. It's crazy. Some chiropractor stuff. And like body dropped me. Boom, and like popping shit in my back.
Huh.
And then like your neck's all screwed up. They're always trying to pop my neck, and I laugh every time because every time I get my hair cut, he's always fighting my head to like position it right. And he's like, relax. I'm like, this is just how my neck is anymore.
You know,
I have years of neck injuries.
You know, I have a little PTSD.
They're like
haircuts. With
they like turn it this way, and like this shoulder comes up, and they're like, relax. I'm like, that's just how it is.
I go to Styles on Broad when I do go. If I don't cut it myself, there's one. Callie has one friend, Maddie, and I remember when I first sat down to cut her hair, she's like, anything like way you want to cut it. I was like, if you need me to turn my head anywhere, you tell me. Don't touch my head. Like don't push my head anywhere. My mom, when she used to cut my hair as a kid, well, she just grabbed me and fucking just yanked me, and I'm like, just tell me where you need to turn my head. I'll turn it for you. Like you ain't got to grab my.
And that's what's funny too, is because when you showed me the pictures of when you guys went to the watch party at the dojo. I was like, how the hell are you guys all sitting on the wall with your head turned? Because if I sit that way for a long time, like when we first moved in, anyway, all the years of living with a woman and then adjusting the house or however they want it, I was like, my one thing was where I sit on the couch or wherever I'm sitting has to be right in front of the TV. I'm not freaking staring at it at a weird angle or my head turned with all my neck injuries. It's like, I need to look right at it. And so you being cockeyed in that picture, I was like, how are you guys on the wall? But how they position the TV, it's like there's no good way.
Which a lot of us, like, we kind of go watch. We go back to talking. Like, it wasn't like we were just glued.
My neck will start throbbing so fast. If we
started to get glued, like, we'd adjust and turn and, like, actually, like, lean sideways.
I don't know
looking towards
what that's about, but it's like I have to face forward at whatever we're doing or my neck just starts hurting so bad.
You know, I never noticed that until, I don't know what I was doing one day, but there was one night like that. My head was turned like this the majority of the day, and I was like, all right, this is new.
Like the next day.
This is a new thing.
The next day, it's like you got like a crick in it or whatever. You're like, golly.
Only other time is like working underneath my vehicle, trying to change out a sensor or something. Like my neck's just craned forward off the ground. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like having to take a break. I'm like, feels like I'm doing a plank, but like inverted with my fucking neck up.
Yeah, but I've been learning about the shoulder stuff with the PT, but talking about, ergonomics, some of it. It's like if you're at a computer all the time, everything's like doing all the stuff.
See, that's
and
what
she's
I'm doing,
like, your shoulder blades are like all not back enough. I'm like, well, my back's been injured lots of times too.
I'm learning that myself after being at a computer for about 3 or 4 years
but
now.
Nothing symmetrical.
Is more stiff. My neck, I feel that nerd. You see it in like gamers back in the day.
Well, they're accounting a lot of that stuff too nowadays is smartphones. Everyone be on their phones all the time, and you're getting like a little crook in your pinky from like holding your phone too much. Like that's going to be next generation. What's it called? Not Darwinism, but evolving.
Evolution.
Everyone's fingers are going to like start getting crooks next generations.
I feel like mine's always been like that.
Unless you have like the pop thing that people have on their phones.
Got like my fingers right there, like next to each other. I mean, they curve. Look, that's my index fingers. They do that already.
Well, that would be years of basketball and breaking your fingers.
Probably.
Stubbing them or whatever. Jamming them. I guess that's what you guys go by, huh?
Yeah, we jam them.
But she was just like noticing all these things that were out of line and not symmetrical. And I was like, well, when I injured my knee years ago, I don't even squat square. Like one leg's in front of the other a little bit just because everything's screwed up.
You know,
and I don't deadlift the same.
I was showing somebody at the gym.
And I think that's from under over grips and stuff too, like changing stances.
Deadlifting. Glad you brought that up. I'll only do overhands. I don't alternate.
I used to do over under until my stance started getting so out of line that I went back to double overs trying to correct it. And I think it just, with my knee injuries, it just never came back.
Mine was more of the thought of injury with every single bicep tear from a deadlift. It's always the hand that they have Superman gripped.
The under, I can see
it's
that.
Always that. Because when they're going to go for that heavy lift,
it's
like instinct. You're trying to lift the bar higher, and like that bicep it's going to snap.
It's essentially your armbar.
That's pretty much your weakest link. Well, the break isn't here,
but I mean you're putting tension on it. Like
the break is up there because as you're just tensioning up, that point is what shoots down.
Well, that's where my all my problems are, is right in the front of my shoulder. On my left arm too, which is weird because I'm right-handed.
I think it does break from down there, like pops up or pop. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched a video from those because it was like every time you saw the grip where they're alternated, it's always the one with the hand palm forward like that. That's going to break. That muscle's going to tear on those deadlifts. But those were ones trying to deadlift like 800-900 pounds.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. But now it's just 2 overhands, and if because the reason why they grip like this because they're doing it without wrist wraps.
Yeah.
So the bar doesn't slip out of their hand. It kind of counteracts one another. If the weight is too heavy for you to keep your hands closed and tight around the bar, it's too tight. It's too much weight.
So that's another thing too. Is I go back and forth
you need to work on your grip strength.
This applies to lifting or in jiu-jitsu or whatever too. But it's like, you shouldn't be using wrist wraps all the time because you're getting complacent. And same thing as like wrapping your wrist for benching, whatever. It's like you got to build all that as a system. And then I think about that, well, especially now since we're in a knee brace, it's like I don't want to wear it forever because I want to build all that back up. But you see some people that religiously wear their ankle things or their knee things or shoulder slings, whatever. And I see the pros and cons to it, but it's like sometimes, I don't know, you need to build it up.
Those things are only really necessary if you're a professional. Because, it's like you can't really take time off, whereas you're a hobbyist or an amateur, you pay a membership to be somewhere. Training, you're not training for the next event you're going to get paid.
Oh, dude, you did the pro match, you're pro now.
I didn't get paid shit for that.
Somehow you owed money, however that worked.
I didn't owe money either. It was just kind of worked out that way. But at the same time, it's like, I'm going to take my time off. Like I said earlier, it's like I've done the 7-day grind for years. That shit ain't for me no more. There's a lot more to life. I forget which philosopher that is. I ain't full-fledged like that guy. I don't know if you heard the story about the Roman emperor that came. It was like, hey, I'll give you whatever you want. And he's like, yeah, just move a little to the left, get out of my sun. That philosopher, who that was? He lived in a barrel, made fun of people.
No, I have no idea.
His philosophy was pure, like, life is about pleasure. You shouldn't be doing anything you don't like. Now, I'm not fully into that, but it's like, I
can see how you would like this philosophy.
I don't want to be on the opposite end of that where I'm only doing things I don't like because it's going to get me ahead, because they don't always get you ahead. Mm. So, I kind of pick and choose from different philosophers and whatnot and ways of thinking. I just remember that, I ain't into his. He literally defecated in public, this and that, never bathed, and like, there's some discipline you need in your life about things, but it's the idea of you probably should be doing some things that are a little more pleasurable that actually makes life enjoyable for you. Whereas if you're just beating yourself up every day, it's like, I feel like that's the other extreme of that. But
I agree with you.
Didn't sound like you agreed. It sounded like he's like, all right, you can shut up now about that.
It's just like, I guess too much or not enough of one thing isn't always good.
Balance.
Try to. Well, that's what made me bring open the book. It was I was thinking about we were talking about the Corey Sanhagen thing earlier, but he was talking about training, and about how when it's like not fight camp or off season, he was trying to be less competitive. And, Joe was like, well, what do you mean by all that? And essentially, he was saying that he was trying to develop or work on other stuff and not necessarily try to win. Because if you're always trying to win, then you're not, working on it. You won't be open to exploring or experimenting because you're so, focused on not losing.
Yeah.
And we've talked about points like that in the jiu-jitsu stuff that, you go to your same move over and over and over or whatever. Like some people that just want to win so bad. And it's like, dude, I'm trying to play with this or do that. And it's like, chill out.
Kind of like, I remember we talked about this.
It hinders people's growth and development for sure.
Well, I know you mentioned before in a past episode about if you tap somebody, say like a white belt, you tap them with the submission and you're like, well, how would you get out of this? Starting them in it and like work your way out. Like I've done that before. They didn't know how, and it's like, oh, well, get it on me and I will escape. I'll show you an exit from there. And I've done that before, which I only did that really once or twice. But something I've naturally have been doing is just each time I tap somebody I'm rolling with, it's like I'm going to start myself in a worse position, work my way out of it. And if I tap them again, it's like tap somebody, it's like, all right, you get side control. I tap them again. Okay, you get like mount or something. Like, come over. I'm going to let you move from side and at least get somewhere on me. It's like I'm going to let you progress further and further, putting me in a worse position until it's like, sometimes I'll do that as well. If I'm like, really, it's like, oh, yeah, this guy's got like one strike. Like, it doesn't even feel fair.
Yeah, I was rolling with Jordan Malamatos and Mentos.
Not giving that man any
Jordan
advantage.
Mentos. And yeah, we were laughing last time we rolled. I was like, man, we keep getting into the same sequences. I was like, one of us is going to have to evolve or learn something so we can go into something else. And we were laughing. And I was like, man, because I forget what I tapped him with. I was like, man, this is the same shit. I was like, we just keep going through the same chain of events. And he was trying to work on, I don't know, X guard or something. And I was like, telling him, I was like, good, you should. I was like, trying to play when one of us needs to play with something different. And but we both acknowledge it and we're laughing about it.
Love Jordan Malamatos.
What the hell did we drive? We did something in the gi, and I'm trying to remember what the heck it was, but I don't remember now. Oh yeah, it's like I was like, what was it? Oh, we were doing so the lasso guard. My knee does not like it whatsoever.
I don't like lasso.
We were doing spider guard stuff and lasso guard stuff, and then everybody was, after you learn something with that, it's fresh in everyone's mind. So everybody was trying to play with it, and so I think we were taking turns. Like I started in his spider guard, and then he started in mine. But the lasso guard specifically, like twisting your leg around in there and pulled it in, really my knee did not like that at all. It's like, all right, I'm not doing this.
It's my fingers that doesn't like that lasso guard.
It definitely like sandpapers your fingertips. But if you have it all right, it's really just your own frame on there. So maybe you're also going with a lot bigger guys in Uki. So
maybe it's like, how big my leg is and how big their arms are.
Yeah, body types might be a different thing. But yeah, we're playing with the spider guard, and I was like, man, I suck with this spider guard trash.
Talking about rolling with skinnier people. Jacob, I actually had a full flick. Sometimes I do like rolling with the smaller, skinnier people. I actually had, in my mind, the perfect triangle locked up on that dude. I was like, textbook perfect, the way it's locked, had the angle, not down on my ankle, is like up on my shin a bit, turn it, everything. I was like, damn, dude, I was like, felt really good about my triangle. Like I'm squeezing, I'm doing this and that, don't ruin the story. Like I'm doing this and I'm grabbing his arm, getting under, and he's like, you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And it's like, you know what? Why are these thick ass thighs? Like, them skinny people, man. I tell you what. Like, it made me feel so good. It's like, finally, rolling with big people, it's very rare to even get a triangle close to locking. Like him, it was like textbook, like the tightest of the tightest, like how I know how to do it. And it's like, yeah, I'm fine. Whatever.
We were doing some triangle stuff and spider guard. Well, I suck at spider guard, and I like lasso guard, but I'm not very good at it. But Juan was coming around critiquing. He's like, tighter, tighter, tighter. My knee just kept popping every time, and I was like, I think that's just what I can do. I was like, I don't know if this is my forte. And but I was trying, man. I was trying to go down these different paths and learn different stuff, and I was enjoying learning about it. But I was like, I just don't know if if it's part of my game or not yet. Keep playing with it.
Yeah.
Take little nuggets each time, but
I know I've started trying to focus more on chokes myself because I'm not good at them. Like, because I do lean towards the big guy, Kimuras and Americanas and whatnot. Arm bars are I can get to it. A lot of people tap early to them, so it's like I don't know if I really could break your arm or not. But
we've had a lot of conversations about Ezekiel's this last week, and everyone brings up like, yeah, I know John doesn't really like them,
hate them,
and everybody knows that John hates Ezekiel's now.
I will unfriend you on Facebook.
And but we were talking about Ezekiel's from bottom guard even, like hitting Ezekiel's from bottom.
Larry.
And yeah, we were laughing about it.
Talked about it. Larry told me that in person. I was like, "Don't say that, Larry."
They were talking about
I
Ezekiel's.
Like you so much. Don't do that.
Garrett was wanting to know more about anacondas and darcis, and then was doing some like arm triangle stuff. And so I don't know. Somehow we got into talk about Ezekiel's, and everyone's like, "Yeah, except don't do it to John. John will punch you."
I won't punch you.
But we're bringing up
unfriend you on Facebook.
We were bringing up that damn point though that everyone brings their hands down to fight like the mount.
Yeah.
And I was like, what else are you supposed to do? I was like, Ezekiel, and so many people just look at me, and I was like, I guess we don't do enough Ezekiel's as a whole though.
I've thought about that too. Like I've done Ezekiel's as a bluff,
but
just like to let them know.
But they just look at you.
Yeah, and they've called my bluff. I was rolling with somebody, and I told them that too. I was like, don't call my bluff. Don't make me do it.
That's what brought it up.
Who was I rolling?
I was rolling with Jordan Malamatos, and he was fighting the hands. And so I did the Ezekiel, and so he came up to dress up obviously because you have to, and then I kept getting like an Americana. I would trap an arm and do Americana like 2 or 3 times. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I don't know another chain of moves from here. I was like, if you go to push on the leg, I was like, I'm gonna Ezekiel. So you bring your hands up, and then I'm capturing a hand. I was like, there's an Americana.
I know there's. I mean,
is it Americana or is that a Kimura?
That's Americana.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel that towards other sequences where it's like, well, you know the answers, like, well, yeah, if you do this, I'm just going to Americana.
Yeah, we were talking about too,
where it's kind of like I don't want to do that because you already know the avenues, but you probably do need to do them to get the reps to get better.
Yeah, I was telling Larry and the open mat was, what is the opposite of technical mount?
Opposite of
technical.
T-Kimura? Where you're sitting on their head?
Not sitting.
What are you talking about?
No. So technical mount. What's the bottom guy is the exact other side, and you have your shin on their arm, and you have that whole mousetrap system. You pull them into it, like if you catch them trying to bridge.
You're just talking about side control with the.
Mm-mm.
You said mousetrap.
You have the mousetrap. Yeah. So you pull their arm. You go for like a spinning arm bar, and so you pull them up, and then you step over, right?
You step over their head.
You step over their torso, and so then you have the straight arm bar. What is that position called?
Oh, okay.
We had a whole debate about this the other day, and I was like, John would know.
I love that position.
Yeah,
okay, I know what you're talking about.
What's it called though?
It's a reverse technical mount.
Yeah, well, that's what I was calling it, but I don't know if it has a real name. It's reversed. Well, what you're talking about, to bring it back to the point was
because you step one knee over the bicep.
Yeah, you trap one arm, and then you have you have the Americana, you have the arm bar, and you have the Kimura. You have all 3 of them right there.
Well, I know with the technical mount, you're probably lowered over the abdomen as you go to do the reverse technical mount.
Yeah, it's like high.
You're more over the ribs at that point, and it's like a step forward when I do it.
But to bring it back to the chain of events, it's like, I was like, I like this position, and every time we drill it, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I should use it more. But then every time I roll, I never use it more. And me and Larry were laughing about it. Maybe it was me and Seth. But I was like, I always either get a gift wrap and like chair sit or like body triangle. Like I always go to their back instead of trying to go to their front. And I was like, that would change the chain of events. But it's like, I just never do. I'm locked into my way of going to like technical mount instead of going to the front.
See, I used to do that a lot too. I don't remember what really changed. I think I actually started focusing on keeping people flat.
Well, big guys will fucking like Heisman me or just bench press me off. So like it's not good with big guys. But it's like maybe smaller people I could play with it more.
On the reverse technical mount?
Yeah.
I do it to the big guys a lot too. Which I mean,
is it not hard to like push their top half off balance and get under a leg? I mean, it's risky, I guess, for an armbar or something.
It depends on where the arm's at.
If you just buck quick.
If you actually have their arm around your waist like that,
the one arm,
you're really supposed to bring the knee against their back in tighter.
Yeah.
when doing that, and I mean they might buck this way, but it's like bull riding with the idea of just leaning.
Well, let's say you mounted somebody, right?
Yep.
You have two choices there. It's like they're either gonna go to one side where you end up in technical mount, and you can start chair sitting and taking the back, or you could try to time it like when they buck or whatever, which people don't buck in bridge. I feel like past white belt they start 2-on-1 on the hip.
So are you trying to go to the reverse technical mount with both arms on the same side?
I'm trying to be mindful now to purposely go for the reverse technical mount. I just never do. I always just go to regular technical mount or chair sit and take the back somehow.
To go to reverse technical mount, you really need like them having that underhook when they go to turn.
They come up for with an underhook for like dogfight,
which is weird from mount because it's like, well, you can go to technical mount like that.
Well, I'm saying they're gonna pick a side to go. It's like you can let them.
You're in mount, right?
You can be. I mean, in my head, I'm in mount, so I'm picking which side I want.
I mean, if both arms on the same side as they turn, like I'm gonna go technical mount. But if their arms still kind of like, if they're just trying to turn and their arms on this side kind of wrapped around my waist, usually I go to technical mount, reverse technical mount. If they're like grabbing around my waist, like I just rotate their shoulder. I just literally turn them, punch my one knee through, and it's like push their face down, then punch my left knee through and sit down.
I'm trying to think of what other scenarios could you get to reverse technical mount?
Side control. You used to do this a lot, where we were in. I'd have you in side control.
So you come up with an underhook?
You would like bridge as hard as you can with that underhook, and then I would just step over straight to it.
I feel like that's a long area to cover.
It is, but I mean, it's
especially with their underhook coming up
as a white belt, bridging up that hard. It's so easy to see it because you feel that like that initial, like that curl up before you go to the bridge, and you bridge so hard that foot's planted. Yeah. So it's like your foot ain't going to come up to catch mine.
It's opposing directions like a triangle.
As I spin, and then you might feel a little off balance, and just keep your hand there, and then kind of sit back.
See, even in that scenario in my head, I feel like maybe it's just our gym or so many repetitions, but I feel like everybody is going head side, looking for like towards a spinning arm bar in that direction instead of timing it to do the reverse technical mount. I just don't ever think to go that way. And if I am going that way, I'm like knee on belly, like getting points, and then maybe going to full mount. I
only ever thought about that because of the underhook. I don't know. I always gave up the underhook real easy. Sue me. I don't know.
So
it'd be like that. But now lately, I've actually, instead of doing that, I've been playing. Which I say I've been playing with. I've been playing with it for like 2 years now. I've been instead. I'm gonna have to look back and see where it actually cut off at. Talk about Colorado 14ers and
all kinds of shit.
The wife training. I don't even. I tried to zoom quickly go to the end, but I had to make some space, taking some other stuff off.
That's right. We were yapping.
I do miss that 256 gigabytes on my old phone. I thought about using my old phone too for this.
You wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't need.
I just need to plug and
you just need it to turn on. Yeah, as I say, you don't need a connection or anything.
So I might do that next time since it does 4K 30.
It would just be the designated recorder.
I do need to charge it too. That's the only thing. But got cut off. Sorry about that.
We do that sometimes.
It's been a while,
It's episode 6 and 7, 6 and a half.
Might have to make a cool edit with that. I already did that. But if you stuck around this long, I mean, thank you. As always, we love to hear the feedback, the commentary, and to love every bit of it. You got something negative to say? I mean, say it too. I don't know. We'll ignore it or we'll fire back.
Tell John your
stop by the
criticisms.
dojo. I might be there that night. Probably not, but But other than that, I mean, we did yap quite a while. Man, almost a good 2.5 hours.
Politics and philosophy. I mean, it's not quick topics.
Who knew we were going to lean more into gun talk and
is politics. That on there? Did we get past? Is that saved on there?
I don't.
Maybe.
Shout out if you heard about the SBRs and what they stand for, and if I knew it or not.
That might not be included. I'm not sure where they cut off at.
We know Seth carried a pistol to an AR class. Dummy.
Oh man.
We love you.
All right. Do the cut.
You want to do the cut?
No, you do the cut. I just like to do the.
'Cause I usually do it right up to the camera.
I like it.
Shit, son, I like to do the. I like that clap. Clap back.